Hello, welcome to Perfectly Twisted. Thank you for joining us. It's Nicole and Dave.
How you doing? Did you survive Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was actually good. I mean, I am so past Thanksgiving and into Christmas now. I was one of those people that contributed to the 100 billion gazillion dollars that was spent on Cyber Monday.
Okay.
Do you do that? Like, what do you do with your Christmas shopping? Like, I'm all about the Black Friday sales and the Cyber Mondays. And I like how they kind of stretch it out and it all bleeds into one now. But I didn't get the same deals that I have gotten in the past this year. So I was a little bit like, I don't know. I felt like I paid full price for a lot of things.
You know what? I'm with you. I think that felt like the case. They always say, everyone looks forward to the Friday after Thanksgiving. Obviously, we've heard about it for years. And it used to be before it even going online, it was a race to the mall. You kind of park out when the sun comes up and you do that move. At least I used to do that move. And it didn't feel the same way.
Never have done that move.
You've never done that move. So I always had nieces that would say, at Thanksgiving, Uncle David, you gonna take me to the mall? And yeah, I was like, I loved it. I didn't come from a huge family, but I married into a huge family. So I just thought it was cool as could be. So I take,
No, it's not cool as could be. They knew you were the sucker, Dave. They were like, my mom's not taking me. My dad's not taking me. Let's ask Dave.
That's it. And I did. I was like, the kids were like ages 8 to 12 and I was like, let's go. I'll pick you up. Let's go.
Oh, that's sweet.
And I loved it. Now that they're older and they have their own kids, they still remember it. But I did. I loved the whole experience. I never had a big family, always wanted a big family. So for me, it was that was the best part of Christmas, is spending time with all these nieces and nephews that I never thought I'd have.
I love that. Okay, so did you buy anybody anything online for
I absolutely did. I'm not going to give specifics because in case they hear the show and they will, hear the show. I don't want to ruin anything on Christmas Day. But the one thing that, I'll always look, when you talk about Cyber Monday, I'll always look at TVs. I was like, how expensive are TVs now? Because we've all bought TVs that at first, when the bigger TVs and the clear picture came out back around 2005, those TVs were between $5,000 and $10,000. Now those TVs are under $500 and they're better
and lighter and all of those things, right? Yeah,
right. Absolutely. Lighter. That's the big thing if you ever moved one before. But I always look and I have a room that I'm in a lot and I still don't have a smart TV in there. And I'm like, I want to buy this. And I'm in my mind, I'm like, I should buy it for myself. But I know at the same time, if I buy it for myself, I'm going to get yelled at. And if I expect someone else to buy it, it's never going to come either. Like, I can't win on this one. So I think I look for the next big sale for TVs, which will be Super Bowl Sunday. That weekend of the Super Bowl, there's always a big sale.
Right. On couches and TVs, right?
Like exactly right. Yeah. Exactly right. So,
okay,
I do look like crazy. I'm one of those people who likes to shop, Nicole. I do shop.
Okay, but that's such a guy thing to look for TVs. Like, so for me, as long as my TV turns on,
yes,
I'm not looking to ever buy a new one until it just doesn't turn on anymore. Like, that's just not in my wheelhouse. It's just not what I go for. But I know that guys do that. Like, why would you get rid of a perfectly good TV? And then, okay, so does your family ask you like for a list?
Okay, so here's how I prefer to do it. It's not fun for people buying gifts. I literally will buy what I want. Packages will be shipped to the house, and I will say, "Hey, this is what you got me this year," and I will hand it to that person, and they'll go, they get upset. I like the surprise. Well, I don't care about the surprise. I just want what I want. I don't like returning things ever, and I don't like doing the fake move of. I love it. I mean, my wife says to me, you have so many clothes in your closet that still have tags on them that I bought you that you've never worn, because I never would have bought those for myself. It just wasn't my style. I don't think I look good in it. I've never once wanted that. It's just much easier. Let me tell you exactly what I want, because I'm never going to return anything.
Okay, I will return everything, every little thing. I'm that person. I do like girl math, right? So like I will return something, and if I leave that store only spending $40, I somehow like won, but I know that it's bullshit math. I know that it's sort of this. I'll fall into that and like just go, oh, no, I'm allowed to do that. So I'll go and I'm supposed to be returning and getting credit back onto my card. Never happens. There's always an extra charge at the end, but I returned something. So I got all this stuff for $40. It's girl math stuff,
My
but
wife shops just the same way. Loves it
yeah,
that
I
way.
mean, and here's the thing too. It's like, first of all, you should make a list. I just want to say, like, my kids are so different. My oldest sends a list of links. It's just you open it up and it's links, and it's like, okay. And my youngest creates a Canva. It's
Oh
like,
wow, that's cool.
yeah, and it's pictures and it's cute and it's got writing and it's got
Yeah.
graphics and like she does the whole thing. And my oldest is like, "You're crazy. Why do you spend all that time?" And she's like, "It didn't take that much time." And they go back and forth. I appreciate both that they send me a list. I'll just start there. But second, I appreciate the Canva because then I know what it is. I can click on the picture. I'm like, "Oh, I would like to purchase that for her," and I'll click on that. But they're very different like that. And then they ask me for a list, and I'm like, "No, just the fact that you're going to be here, like
Yeah.
that's my gift, right?"
Yeah.
And they're like rolling their eyes. It's not good enough. So I'll put together like a quick little list. But you say like, okay, you have all this stuff hanging with tags on it.
Yes.
So do I. You've never met a more commitment phobic person in your life than myself. So I will have things around the house that are brand new, never used, and they just sit there because I'm not sure I want to commit to them.
Yeah.
So what I started doing is packing it all up and giving it away.
That's what I have to do. I have to
Yeah.
do that.
Do you have like Buy Nothing in your neighborhood, where the Buy Nothing group on Facebook?
No, I've never seen it.
It's this great, it's great. So there's an organization called Buy Nothing, and you connect with neighbors within certain areas. So it's close by neighbors, and you
Okay.
guys can just trade stuff. So you can go on there and go like, "I'm looking for a screwdriver that looks like this, and I don't have one. Can I borrow? Can I have?" And then
Okay.
other neighbors will respond with like, "Yeah, here, I'll just bring it over." And it's this like trading thing. And if you have stuff, you're like, "I have all this stuff. Does anybody want it?" Anyways, it's a fantastic, it's a fantastic group. But
Wow.
so I've been doing that. And then I've also been putting together packages for breast cancer patients
Well,
in
that's
my
awesome.
city and going around and dropping them off.
That's cool.
So I think you should look around because it feels good to give. So I want to circle back. Why people don't like it when you do that is because they want to give you something, Dave.
Yes, I know. I understand that. And when I was younger, I loved taking gifts, accepting gifts. When I get older, I really don't. There's only one gift that I look forward to every year, and it's from my son Josh. And we've done this thing for the last few years where there are 30 teams in Major League Baseball, and we're trying to get to every Major League Baseball ballpark. Now, we've already discussed our calendars because we live in different cities. Now, his gift to me every year is to make sure we go to at least one. Well, this year we have it planned out in 2026. And I know he's going to do kind of like your daughter with the pictures and everything when I open it up. And it's going to be a picture of the ballpark in Detroit, the picture of the ballpark in Cleveland, and the picture of the ballpark in Pittsburgh. Now, 3 cities I would never go to. But because the baseball stadiums are on the list, I'm going to hit those three, and we're going to hit them all three in 3 days. So we're just going to start off in Detroit, drive to Cleveland, drive to Pittsburgh, he'll fly back to Tennessee, I'll fly back to California. And it's awesome. It's my favorite thing of the year. And it's one of those where, Nicole, I hope I live long enough where I can do this trip again with my grandkids one day. Like, I hope when he has kids and he wants to do it again, that I'm part of that too, that I get to do that. But that's my favorite thing that I look forward to every year, is continuing this journey of all 30 cities.
I love that so much.
It's awesome.
It is
It is.
so
It's awesome.
awesome. That is so awesome.
Yeah.
And I
It,
love you both so much, so I know that that's like such a special thing. Oh, I
It
love that.
it is. Again, it's funny, the city is when people are like, "What cities are you going to?" But I'm like,
But it doesn't matter, right? The
yeah, it
cities
doesn't
don't
matter.
really matter. It's the stadium and it's the time and it's the
Yes,
fact and it's the check off the list and it's just the travel to
exactly. It
all of
is.
that is so fun.
It's gonna be great, but that's really what I look forward to the most. And then opening, watching other people open gifts were great. It's funny you mentioned Christmas is such an interesting topic to me. Number one, it's my favorite holiday. Okay, when I was a kid, we never celebrated Christmas. I grew up in a Jewish family. We didn't have Christmas,
Oh,
and I'll be honest with you, it sucked. We never had a tree. I love I love the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, cartoon or whatever you wanted to call it, and I watched all of them, and I loved everything about Christmas. You go in the stores, I loved the trees, I loved everything about it. Well, we were never. My mom was going to put our foot down. We are not putting a tree in our house, and we aren't going to play the game. And even though a lot of Jewish families do it, and we weren't very religious. It just my mom was like, "We aren't doing that." And
for escape. She was like, I'm not doing I don't have to
yeah,
deal with that tree. I'm not doing
no,
this.
no,
Oh
no
gosh.
way. With a couple other words, Yiddish words thrown in there on why we weren't going to do it. And then and then we would go through the whole process. But Christmas Day for me kind of sucked. Like I knew all my friends were having the best morning, and it just was sad. And so Hanukkah sucks, by the way. Hanukkah was never good. It just sucks. It's such a ridiculous holiday. So then when I married into a family that celebrated Christmas, I overdid it, like over the top. My kids got like everything you saw on a TV commercial, they got it. I completely went over the top. And I love Christmas more than anything. It's really it's one of those where I just love giving and seeing their faces. And my wife always goes, "You're spending too much money, you're spoiling these kids." And it didn't matter. It's just always what I wanted, so I was going to do it for them. That was kind of the way it went.
I'm with you, Dave. I'm with you. And I always felt like here was the thing is that especially when they're little, I was like, I'm not gonna buy toys all through the year. I'm
Yeah,
gonna buy everything at Christmas, right?
that's awesome.
And
Yeah,
before Christmas, we're gonna weed out and give away and get rid of stuff that we're not using. And then the next toys for the year are gonna be given at Christmas. And then birthdays, obviously, but that's from other people. And I feel like and it covered everything. Like,
yeah,
yeah, you're spending a lot of money, but it's all at once and it's fun. And yeah, there's something magical about it, and I just didn't buy a lot of stuff throughout the year. It all kind of is
yeah.
at Christmas, and I think that that's, like, okay.
So, what do you do in your situation where you have one daughter that's a working professional, you have another one that's a student? Do you help? Do you give her money? Does your daughter give her money? How does she go about it? Or does she feel like it's hard to get things for the people I love because how am I supposed to get money to buy this stuff?
Oh, my young one?
Yes.
Oh, funny you bring that up. Okay,
Doesn't it's not about to be funny, is it?
no, and I realized I had a moment with myself yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, you failed. You failed at something really major here, Nicole." Um, so she's like, "Can I do chores to make money?" And I'm like, "Sure." Um, and I'm like, "Well, what are you thinking? Let's talk about this." And she's like, "I don't know. You tell me. You tell me." And I'm like, "Okay." And I'm like, "Well, I got to think about it for a minute. But in the meantime, just start doing shit because she does nothing. She does nothing. She does nothing." So I'm like, "So instead of just throwing the dish like on the kitchen counter, why don't you wash it?"
Oh, there you go.
Let's start with that kind of stuff. Okay, okay, okay. Um, and she had to laugh yesterday. She had to laugh because I intentionally left a few dishes, nothing crazy, but I left some stuff in the sink for her. And I told her to start with washing her. She's got like a stainless steel bento box that she uses for school
Yeah.
lunch. I'm like, just come home and wash that so it's ready for me to like repack in the morning. And I wake up in the morning, all the dishes are still there. So I go in her room and I'm like, funny, somebody who is like wanting to do chores for cash, you sure ignored all those dishes in the sink. And she laughs and she's like, I know, I'll do them later. But she knows full well I can't go a full day with
Yes. Are you
dishes
gonna
sitting
do
in
it?
the sink. Yeah, I'm gonna do them. So apparently I'm going to front her this money. I'm I'm fronting her the money. I told her to come up with a budget. She does not come up with one. But I'm like, come up with a budget, and then I'll create a chart, and I will see like how many months out like you need to do these chores. Like, so, and she's like, well, what kind of chores are you talking about? And I'm like, okay, here's how I failed as a parent. I'm gonna teach her how to clean a bathroom. And I feel like it's a big one, because
Yeah.
bathrooms are something that, like, I don't know about you, but for
Yeah.
me, everything needs to come out of it, and it needs to be clean from the top to the bottom, every corner, every crevice. That bathroom needs to be clean. I'm just that person.
Yeah.
And then you can put stuff back in. But there's not a lot of stuff in there, but so it's an easy thing, and her bathroom's relatively small, so this is not going to be a hard thing, but everything needs to be wiped down. Everything needs to be clean. So I'm going to teach her that, because I realized I've never taught her that, and she's 14 already. Time flies.
Yeah.
Time flies.
It does.
And she doesn't know how to do it. My oldest, I gave her all the skills. She has all the skills. She knows how to do it. My youngest, everything magically gets cleaned. Everything magically happens. Beds get made, socks get turned inside right, and just everything magically happens. And she's so confused when it doesn't. So, yeah, funny you bring that up. I have to teach her some skills on like how to clean and what to do. And yeah.
Once she gets it down, I promise she'll keep doing it. Once she sees, you don't think so?
I don't know about keep doing it, but it will stay with her, right?
Yeah.
Like she'll know how to do it for in the future, because she hates it like a dirty bathroom, but she makes a dirty bathroom. So it's like when she gets older and it doesn't magically Mr. Clean isn't there for her. She'll, like my oldest, will know how to like get it that way. But I realized I really failed. She's 14 already, and I've never taught her how to clean anything.
That's fine. I'm trying to think, at what age did I start doing? I just remember going to college and I had a roommate that was really dirty, and I literally walked him through how to clean. And you know what? By the end, I had 3 roommates, and by the time the year ended, he was the cleanest one, cleaner than me. Like he was. First, he wanted to fight everybody because we got pissed that we called him out. But he'd be the guy that would have pancakes at 2 a.m. and then go to bed and not put his dish away, and then there'd be ants everywhere because there's syrup all over the plate. But then he ended up being the best. And I don't think he ever was happy about doing it, but he did a great job every night. That place was clean like we were selling it. And that's what made it easier when you have roommates, for sure. But I don't know. I'm with you. It's one of the things, if you teach it too early, they're going to half-ass it. But if you teach them, I think she's at the right age now. She's going to be fine.
I mean, I should have started earlier, but yeah, okay. As long as you teach them, I guess. See, I grew up in a home where those were our chores, and my mom literally was the kind that like would wipe her hand along something. We should have bought her white gloves for Christmas. She would do the dust test, and if it didn't pass, it was like do it all over again. So I don't know if you remember, but maybe it was the last episode or before, someone said like, what are you good at? And I was like, cleaning.
It's important.
I'm really good at cleaning.
It is important.
I clean all the corners. I do it all. Yeah. But I grew up with a mom that was like,
yeah,
if it wasn't done properly and everything wasn't touched, you didn't do a good job. Yeah. I'm one of those people that even when I have, and I don't do this often because I'm so particular, but even when I have a cleaning person that comes in and helps me out in the house, I clean after they leave.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, you clean after they leave?
Yeah,
I clean before they get here. I clean.
Oh, I do both. Yeah. I pick up and I put everything where it should be so that they have surface to like clean, and they know so that they can do their thing. And then I clean on top of that.
Yeah.
And not because they didn't do a good job, but because I'm like, okay, they did all of that. Now I'm going to do all the extra, and it's going to be sparkling. It's psychotic.
I have more friends like that than you know. Be honest with you, I have friends like that are exactly the same way. One of my friends even calls the lady that cleans her house her assistant, because she goes, "I clean more than she cleans." So by the time she gets here, she's my assistant. She's not my housekeeper. Yes, it's the way it goes. That's funny. I got to ask you about Christmas parties. Okay, when you get invited to a Christmas party, do you automatically go? Do you think if you want to go, or you never go?
I don't get invited to a lot I don't get invited to a lot of Christmas parties, to be honest with you. I have a party tomorrow.
Okay.
And I've got like events coming up. You know, I don't really get invited to Christmas parties. I'm a loser, Dave.
That's not the case.
I got
If maybe
invited to a New
maybe
Year's
maybe you
party.
don't get
I have a
invited
New
because
Year's
people think
party
you
on my
won't show
desk.
up.
Huh?
You ever think that? You ever think maybe you won't get invited because they think you won't show up? I'm not gonna invite her. She won't show up. It'll be embarrassing. I don't want to put her in a bad spot.
No, I just think that I don't really know anybody that throws Christmas
Yeah.
parties. No, and I don't have like a corporate job where there's Christmas
Yeah,
parties
that's true.
happening. So I'm not really like okay, and then any Christmas parties I do get invited to, it's not people I'm very close with, so I'm definitely not going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking now there are some in my inbox and I'm like, no way, no way.
I just went through that this morning. I went through the emails of declining those kind of ones you just talked about. And one of them I declined today that at first I was like, do I want to go, not want to go? And then I saw at the bottom, I love the evites that let you know who's going to be there, like who's showing up. You got an idea. But at the bottom, it had a gift registry, and I'm like, for a Christmas party, it wasn't. And I was kind of was a big turnoff. And I was like, dude, I'm not bringing a gift for the host. Like, we're not doing
I
that.
mean, I don't go anywhere empty-handed. Generally, I always show
No,
up with
no,
something, but
yeah,
to
of course,
put
me
the
too. But
but
to
to
sit there and give a list of stores like it was a wedding, I was like, I'm not doing it.
oh, that's weird. I don't know if I would be friends with that person anymore.
And so, yeah, it was. Anyway, wasn't pleased with that one. And then the white elephant thing is one of those where my wife loves it. I
I
hate
think
it.
it's funny.
You love it, and
I don't love it, but I think it's funny.
where you sit there and you give the gift and you can
If
take it
you're with the
twice and
right
then
group of
yeah,
people, it can
yes.
be funny.
Okay, so I got to tell you, I had a bad experience in a white elephant. All right,
Okay.
so I thought white elephant meant it was a gift like you really don't want kind of gift, not a gift like we all agree that $100 or less or $50 or less. Bring a gift in, people want it. Like bottle of wine, something for your car, whatever. So we go to this is about 20 years ago. We go to my boss's house. So my wife's like shocked that we got invited, number one, to this. To everyone there is pretty high up, and she probably was the lowest one on the totem pole. And white elephant, I'm thinking it's stuff just around your house that you're going to chuck out anyway. So I thought it was like joke stuff. So you had to bring two
Sometimes it
gifts.
is. No, you have to have a few things that nobody wants in it to make
Yes.
it a good white elephant party. It has to be.
So the first gift that I wrapped up was an OJ Simpson book I got from being on the radio. It was OJ Simpson, If I Did It. Do you remember this book came out?
Oh,
It was the
yes.
most ridiculous book written of all time. And
Crazy.
it was
Crazy
crazy.
that he was allowed. Crazy that got published. Oh my
Yes.
God. Yes. Okay.
So I'm like, I don't want this. So not only do I wrap it up, but I write in it as OJ. I do the whole autograph and write a whole thing.
Put a glove in there.
Yeah. It was completely tasteless. I wrap that up. Guess who got it? Her boss got it. The main guy got it. All right.
Okay.
He pulled it off like, hey, this is great. Not great at all. She wanted to kill me. And the other one I gave away was I wrapped this up. I've coached a bunch of baseball teams. I had a T-ball trophy from like 2003, some 5-year-old kid that never showed up to the banquet, and it was just sitting around the house. So I wrapped that up too. It was like 2005, Dodgers T-ball.
That's funny.
And well, guess who got that? His wife got that one. They both ended up with both my crappy gifts. She almost killed me in the car on the way home. She was so pissed. But everyone else had real gifts, and I learned my lesson that night not to go that route. So that was, I think I have anxiety from white elephant gifts.
Okay. So to make you feel better, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I have a friend that does the white elephant party every year. I'm missing it this year, unfortunately. But last year I brought stuff and my gift was the one that nobody wanted at all.
What was
It
it?
was the one that was like left on the table. And people
Oh
were
no,
like,
no,
nah,
no.
just forget it. I'd rather have nothing than have this.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
And I can't
What?
even remember what it was. It was something like nice. It was, oh, I know what it was. It was this whole big lavender set of like bath salts, lotions,
Okay.
oils, and it was all lavender. I'm not a lavender gal.
Got it.
So I was like, oh yeah, this is great for
Yeah.
somebody. Well,
Yeah.
guess what?
Somebody. Nobody.
Nobody else at that party was a lavender person either. And my gift was the one just left on the table, just like,
Wow.
bleh.
And did you you walked out leaving it there because you didn't want to
Yeah,
claim it,
because
or
I
how did
don't
you do
want
it?
it. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm
Good
not
for you.
bringing it home.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's always,
you said
but go ahead.
you said something funny and it just triggered me. You said like on certain parties where you can see who's attending.
Yes.
Okay. So funny experience. So I'm at the LA Mission on Skid Row,
Okay.
and it's the day before Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
and it's one of the loveliest places to be. Everybody is so kind. Everybody's in a giving spirit. Everybody comes together. It's just a beautiful place. The people that you're serving and you're giving the food to, they're just so thankful and they're just so excited. And it's just such a happy, like, no egos. You leave your ego at the door. And I'm next to the mayor. The mayor's there. Like, we're all just in the kitchen and serving. And it's a humbling experience. And I'm ready to leave. And I go outside, and a photographer, paparazzi, says to me, you know, I don't know what's going on, but Donna D'Erico is texting me. She's in her car in the car park, and she won't come out of her car until you're gone. And
Really?
she's texting me, asking me, is she gone yet? And
Wow.
he's like, I don't know why she thinks I'd be on her side. She's been so horrible to me. He's like, she's been so horrible to me, and she's just a horrible person. And he's like, so I just thought I would tell you this because it's just so bizarre. He's like, who doesn't want to be around you? Like, what did you do? And I was like, I didn't.
Did you not get along with her on set?
I never worked with her on set. Listen, I'll tell you my version of the story. I don't
Yeah.
know what her side of the story
Yeah.
is. I became friends with her, and it was at a time where we were both like kind of struggling with like overweight and aging, and we were both like, oh, and I got together with her and I got along with her to an extent. I mean, she's definitely a right wing,
Okay.
she like polishes her bullets kind of gal. And she had her own issues. I had my own issues. We were very sort of similar but different. And I kind of got along with her. I could tell she was a little bit hard to deal with. So I get this offer. Somebody comes to me and says, do you want to do some kind of plastic surgery? It was like a plastic surgery thing. And I was like, oh gosh, no, I was scared. And I said no. So I introduced them to Donna, and they didn't they were like, we really want to do you. And I was like, well, she's really down for it. And I think, you should meet with her. And I really like pushed for her. So she met with them. She ended up having a full body makeover. They
Wow.
did lipo, they did skin tightening, they shaped her bum, they gave her a facelift. Like, they did the whole thing head to toe. Very kind, free of
Wow.
charge. And then they called me and was like, she's a nightmare. Like, she's so
Wow.
horrible. Yeah, like they were like, don't ever recommend her for something. She's horrible. Apparently, she was like threatening the doctor to get a laser machine he didn't already have because of the scars from like the skin tightening.
Yeah.
She wasn't happy with that and wanted those lasered off, and was like, I'm not doing the press unless you laser these off. He's like, I don't have that machine. It just was a big
Wow.
mess, right? I guess they set up a shoot to like do her reveal. She didn't show up, or she was hours late, and then she showed up and didn't have wardrobe and was like, you need to go shopping for me. And anybody that knows this, money is
Yeah.
like, time is money, and like, you
Yes.
don't do that. It's just bad business. So I was like, oh dear. And I just stayed out of that. And then suddenly she blocked me on all social media.
Wow.
Blocked me. And I was like, okay. And then, the documentary rolled around, and we had meetings, and I said, listen, she's not my favorite person. But take a meeting. I'll remove myself from the meeting. You guys take a meeting with her, and you see, like, tell me what you think, and let's all like reconvene. and they come back and they're like, oh my God, she's the worst. Um, like, they did a Zoom and she's like, who are you? You know, da, 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 da. And then, and that this is what
Yeah.
they came back to me with. And Matt Felker was like, she wants to do a setup and pretend like she has an office, and she just wants to do this whole fake setup. And the thing about the documentary was that it was authentic.
Yeah.
Right? That was like the heart and the soul of the documentary. It was like the authenticity of it. And that's what we wanted to show and showcase. And here she is like, no. And giving them like, ideas, shot ideas, like from the elevator to her office door. And she's producing a movie that's not real. And all of the stuff. And they were like, no. And I said, and knowing that she had held up other productions, I said, also, there's this, she could show up on set late.
Yeah.
She could show up and say, I don't have clothes to wear. You need to go shopping for me. Like, this is what she did to friends of mine. So I'm just saying this is possible.
Wow.
So I don't really care though. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care. All this stuff, it's like I like, it doesn't bother me personally, but
Yeah.
apparently I
Well,
live
even
like
better.
rent free in her mind.
Yeah, I kind of like that she's that thrown off by you. I don't know.
Yeah.
For me, I like that kind of stuff. Like, hey, we don't have to get along, but if I'm going to affect your day because I'm somewhere or you're thinking about me, even better.
And
You
like
know?
like feeding homeless people, like, and you're
Yeah,
scared of me?
yeah. That's a crazy time to be upset with someone while you're feeding homeless people.
Mind blown. Mind blown,
Yeah.
mind blown, mind blown. Like,
Oh my. Yeah.
why are you even, and how did you even know I was gonna be there? That was the thing, is my daughter got in the car and she goes, "How did she know you were there?" That's the first thing she said to
Oh
me, and I
yeah.
was like, "Good question."
Yeah.
Like,
That's
how did
funny.
she even know? She obviously is like someone who, like, I never even thought to ask who else is gonna be there
Yes.
because I don't care,
That's true. Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've never I've not gone somewhere because somebody I didn't want to see, but I've never gone somewhere because of someone that I'm like, I got to meet this person. I have an interesting thing on this Friday is there's a Christmas get together down here in San Diego with people who either played professional sports or people in the media, and we get together every year around Christmas time. And Dave Roberts, the manager of the Dodgers, will be there. Okay, so I already know he's going to be there. So yeah, obviously I'm a huge Dodger fan, and uh, I've known Dave since before he was the manager of the Dodgers. Like I used to do my show, and Dave owns a winery, and he would walk in or vineyard, and he would give me bottles of wine. Just hey, you got to try this out. He was now all of a sudden he's the manager of the Dodgers. He's going in the Hall of Fame. He's won 3 World Series. But I'm looking forward to seeing Dave just because I'm really happy the way his life has turned out over the last 15 years compared to when we just knew him when he was trying to just make it in the wine business after playing pro baseball. But yeah, that one I'm looking forward to. But if he wasn't there, I'd still go. It's one of those I would still go. I do have a friend which is really funny. You're to the point in your life too where, as you said, you got paparazzi still following you around. I don't go anywhere for attention at this point in my life. That's not where I'm at. Matter of fact, I like real conversations with people. I have a friend of ours is invited to this thing as well, but we'll tell everybody in the world that this event's going on so anyone can walk in. And then you have people who weren't in the media and weren't professionals, and they'll just stand right between, let's say you're there and I'm there, we'll stand right between you and me and just do this like tennis match move. And it's so uncomfortable having random people that can't share your stories and just want to be part of it. And I'm like, what the hell? Why do you got to tell everyone? Why did you announce it on the radio that this is the place we're all meeting? And that kind of stuff
Yeah, that's
always
weird.
drives me crazy.
If
And
he's
I
gonna
think
announce it on the radio, he might as well make it like a food drive or a toy drive or something.
no,
Like, you can come, but bring,
no,
canned food. No, none of that.
no. I swear, I think it's one of those of, hey, look how important I am, kind of a move. But it's literally a reason why I've not gone certain years where I'm like, that's not fun. Like I really do want to catch up on people's lives and how they're doing. But people who don't share stories, or you also don't know with the phone, people recording things.
Yeah, right. Or like, you don't know where. Yeah, it's like some people just shouldn't be
Yeah.
hearing these things,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
no, I'm
That's it's unusual. It is honestly. I think December is one of my favorite months, though, where people are generally nicer. People are usually nicer this month, and then we go back to being assholes on the by the 27th of
I mean,
December.
are they? I don't know. I like yesterday online, people were there were some really meanies. There were some meanies out there yesterday.
What people mean to you?
A little bit. I mean, listen, the love and the compliments and the niceness overwhelms. Okay, kind of to circle back to that. So I went yesterday. Every month I have to have blood work done,
Yeah.
and then a week later I go into the office and I see, like, I get the results, and they let me know, like, if I can get my treatment or not, and like where my blood work is at, and they try to talk you into these like blood injections that help your white blood cell count come up. And anybody that follows my story knows that I stopped doing those blood injections because they made me feel horrible. And I've really been working hard on raising my white blood cell count naturally. And you can do that, folks. So yesterday I went, and I've also been taking a supplement called DIM, and quercetin. And it's like if you ate just a whole bunch of heads of lettuce, like all in one, broccoli, all in one pill, right? Like
Yes.
but when you do that, that messes with your estrogen as a female, and it will direct where the estrogen goes. So I know that it's a little bit controversial for somebody like me who is taking estrogen blockers, but I live in this world where, and I listen, I'm not a man hater. You know, I'm not. I love you. You know, I love men, but I live in this world where men say, "Oh, your cancer was estrogen positive. Let's just take all the estrogen out of your body. Let's block it all. Anything you want to do that has estrogen, we're going to say no. And we're just blocking it all." And the fact is like, we need estrogen in our bodies. And
Yeah.
we know, if we follow the science, estrogen does not cause cancer. Just because your cancer is estrogen or hormone positive, it does not mean that those hormones caused it. So there's this over fear, and I'm on that boat. I'm in it. Like, I'm doing all the things they tell me to do to block all the estrogen. So I ran out of DIM and quercetin, and I said, and I've been doing a lot of research on it, and it says ask your oncologist. So they said, "Do you have any questions?" yesterday, and I was like, "Yeah, ask him about I want to ask him about DIM and quercetin." And he's like, comes back, "No, you can't take those. Don't take any supplements. No supplements. Only vitamin D, nothing else." And I looked at the nurse, and you have to understand, when I walked in, she said to me, "Good news. You don't need your blood cell count is up. Everything looks amazing. You don't need injections." And then she's like, "And you look amazing." Like, and all these things, everything checked out. And then he comes back and says, no supplements, no anything, nothing. And I looked at the nurse and I said, "Except that's not true, because look, you just read me my numbers. My numbers are proving that all of this stuff does work." So I left there just pissed as shit. I just was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this man's getting paid so much money, and I'm there, and I'm just feeding into this system that we have of just like no supplements. So what, are you just going to suck me dry and leave me like a raisin, like a sweating hot raisin?" Because that's basically what will happen to your body. Like, you're just going to be hot, sweating, and you're just like shriveled. And I'm like, this is just such bullshit. It's just such bullshit. So I don't know where I was going with all of this, but the thing is like, you just can't. I just can't with the doctors and the supplements, and they work, and I'm just so excited. This is leading me to my product alert,
Okay.
because I'm in such a giving mode right now. So I want anybody who is going to have a mastectomy, or knows somebody that is going to have a mastectomy, reach out to me. I have some giveaways. I have this amazing box of stuff from Ana Ono, and they're fabulous. I don't want to show them because they're packaged. I'll show you mine, and I love mine. It's this like buttery soft cotton. And the thing that I love about them is that the inserts are different. They're a little bit I don't want to say memory foam, but it's a little bit squishy. Whereas women, these inserts are just like that foam formation and it flips in and out and it's just a mess. These ones are like they're squishy and the fabric is fantastic. I still wear this even after my reconstruction because my boobs are small. And I still wear it because it hooks in the front, but it's just buttery soft. It doesn't cut in the weird places. You all know what I'm talking about. So I have some to give away.
Oh,
I
cool.
also have a couple of bras that they make that will hold the drains. So after your surgery, one of the like most ridiculous crazy things is you have these drains that are hanging and they fill up with fluid and so they become heavy. So I have a couple bras where it has the pockets where you can put the drains into. I also have a robe and a pajama set that also has drain holders. And then I have the post mastectomy bras. So I have stuff to give away. So contact me. You can stay anonymous. I'm not going to announce your name. This can be a very private thing and I will send it to you. So just hit that button and contact us and just send an email and I'll open it and I'll respond. And this can be like, you don't have to.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you don't have to let anybody know. And or if you know somebody that's going to go through this and you would like to gift them that, I'll hook you up.
Yeah, there you go. That's very nice. I got speaking of gifts that went the wrong way. Obviously, you notice I wear a Dodger hat all the time, and I'm in San Diego, and a lot of people are not Dodger fans where I'm at, and I'm very disliked because of my love for that team. I received a package delivered to my house, no return address on it a while back. Okay, and I'm going, okay, what's this? It's it's in a box, and I open up this box, Nicole, and it was like gummy bears. Okay. But it wasn't gummy bears. And I'm like, well, what the hell's this? And you realize they're all shaped like dicks. Okay. So someone basically sent me
Sent
this
you a
note and
bag
it
of dicks.
said, Palais, eat a bag of dicks. And I was like, great. And then I'm like, how do they know where I live? Which is wild that they found my home address. But no return. I shouldn't have probably even opened it because there's no return label on there or no address, but I opened it and finally I found out who sent it. Anyway, I recorded myself opening this package because I'm like, all right, cool. We're going to do like a package unwrapping. And I got in trouble for opening this thing and posting it because I'm a high school baseball coach. Well, I didn't know it was a goddamn bag of dicks in there. I didn't know what was in there before I posted it, so I shouldn't have posted the damn thing. But yeah, I got in trouble for that. But I didn't go buy a bag of dicks. It was some guy just told me to go eat a bag of dicks.
I love this on so many levels. Were they gummy? Were they like
Yeah, they're
gummy dicks?
gummies.
Okay, did
They're
you eat
gummies.
them? I would
I
eat them.
didn't eat them.
You did?
I didn't eat them.
What did you do with them?
I guess I chucked them out. I don't know. I think I would have been crazy to eat them because how do I know there's not something in there? You know what
Like
I mean? The
somebody tried
guy,
to kill you? Yeah.
yeah. Well, maybe not kill me or just get me high as a kite or who knows. But I either way, I didn't eat them. It was one of those things that literally is tweeted at me all the time. People probably go eat a
Eat a
bag of
bag of
dicks.
dicks. I
Yeah.
love that so much because I've always like dreamed of sending somebody a bag of dicks.
I'm sure you can find it online.
No, you can. No, I've seen it. And you can do like different versions. Like there's a lot of different things you can send. I love that you received that.
Yeah. Can you
Well,
believe that?
it's funny because and you have to go through all this. So backstory on that is that Dave is a coach. So you have to go through all this like screening to make sure
Oh,
you're not some crazy perv, right?
yeah. I got
And then
11
you
hours a
post
year, and I've been doing
bags
this
of
for
dicks.
over 30 years, and I still have to go through 11 hours of like background stuff every year. Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Okay. So my daughter started this new high school and she forgot her lunch the other day. And I drive to the school and I'm like, I walk in and you don't just walk into the office. There's like a pre-office thing set up. And I say, oh, my daughter forgot her lunch. Can I just leave this here for her? And she goes, no.
Wow.
And I go, well, what do you mean? No. And she goes, no, you can't do that. And I said, well, she can't starve. And she goes, well, you can hand it to her at a passing period. And I go, oh, well, when is the passing period? And she goes, well, if you were to see the schedule on the wall. And I was like, oh my God, I've never
Wow.
been in here before. Like, be kind, lady.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it's in 10 minutes. And it was 13 minutes, but like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And I said, can I just put it right here on this table? Nope. Nope. But you can stand here for 10 minutes and hold it and hand it to her. That's fine. But you can't leave it right there. So I was like, oh, you motherfucker. It's pouring rain outside on this
Oh,
day,
wow.
right? And I'm like, and that's not ever a thing. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you're really doing this. And I was like, okay, well, I don't want to stand here next to you for 10 minutes. So
Yeah, no
I go
kidding.
back into the car, sit in the car. And then I text Keegan and I'm like, tell me when you're near that desk with that lady. And then I meet her and I hand her the bento box and then I'm on my way. And I'm like, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I don't understand that part. Somebody explain that to me.
I have no idea. I'm trying to think on can it be left out or I'm not allowed to hand kids Tylenol, you know what I mean? Or
Sure.
Advil or anything like that. I know I can't do anything. I'm not allowed to, even if let's say my best friend's son plays on the team, I'm not allowed to give him a ride home. Do you see what I'm saying? That kind of thing. I
Right, but
understand
some of those rules are
those
like
offered.
loosey
Yeah.
goosey. Like,
Yes.
yeah, you just don't tell anybody. They just jump in the car and you're
Yeah.
like, oops, drop them off.
And so, yeah, it's everyone's afraid of being sued. You know what I mean? All of a
Yeah.
sudden you leave it behind, your daughter gets sick. I have no idea what the angle is, but nobody ever wants to
Lunch?
common sense is gone. Common sense is
Common sense
gone.
is gone. And in junior high school, the year before, yeah, you just leave it in the front
Oh,
office and
really?
you
And
put
they
a
let
little
you do it.
sticky note on it
Yeah.
with her name, and they're like, they let her know, hey, come pick
Yeah.
this up.
Yeah.
No problem. But high school, no.
Wow.
Nope. You cannot leave this food for your child. You have to stand here and hand it to them. I'm like, oh my God, I hate you.
At least it wasn't 50 minutes. You know what I mean? At least you weren't sitting there for almost an hour doing it. But good God.
Well, I wouldn't have. I would have left and come back. But it's like,
Yeah.
and the thing about the high school that kind of kills me is that they think that we are just Uber drivers and chauffeurs and assistants to our children. They don't realize that we have like lives and schedules and
Yeah.
some of us are single parent homes, just like her cheer team. It's like this week there's cheer practice every single day. Next week it's only a couple days a week. And then and it changes. It's like, can you just be consistent? And like you said, parents aren't supposed to drive. And like the kids, when you get into high school, they're not supposed to drive themselves to games or
Yeah.
stuff like that. It all is so complicated. And I'm like, then if it's so complicated, give us a clear schedule.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
I'm with you.
Capricorn in me. It's the
Trust me.
OCD in
I'm
me.
in
I'm
it.
like, I need to know what's
Yeah.
happening here.
I understand all of it. I've heard almost everything, and I just go, it's harder now than it was before. It is. It's just harder now than it was before. Common sense is gone.
It's gone. And I'm like, and I said to Keegan, forget it. I'm just gonna look at the cheer schedule every day and I'll figure it out. I'll make sure that you get home. Like, just don't worry. It's just yeah, it's mind blowing.
There, there
Much
you
for
go.
me. It's too much.
There you go.
Do we have a mailbag?
Yeah, you know what? We do have a mailbag. Let's get to the mailbag. Here we go. Again, it's perfectlytwistedpod.com is how you get to the mailbag. You get your questions in right there, perfectlytwistedpod.com. At the top, you'll see Nicole's mailbag. We have 5 questions from Joseph Cabral. All right. And Joseph asks Nicole, number 1, what's your favorite movie comedy?
Anything with Will Ferrell, like, quite
Me too.
honestly. Like, I'll
Me
watch
too.
Elf. I'll watch Elf. I will watch Elf 5 times this year. He's just he's in a commercial right now, like an airline thing. Anything he does, I'm just giggling. I just giggle. I see his face and I start laughing and not at him, just with him. He is one of the funniest people in the world to me. So, let's go with Will Ferrell movies.
I am
Like,
with you. I don't trust people who say they aren't fans of Will Ferrell.
yeah,
When
me
they tell me
neither.
that,
Like,
I'm
what's
like, all
wrong with
right,
you?
something's off
Yeah,
with you.
Yeah.
Something's off with you. I'm with you. All right, next question. Nicole, how much do you use AI?
Okay. I use it. I don't use it enough where I've bought like the package where I pay for it. I'm
Yeah.
still on the free
Yeah.
plan. So I guess I don't use it so I guess that would be like not that much, but in my life it feels like I use it a lot. I use it a lot for like it will tell me what supplements are good for me, what time of day to take them, which ones are fat soluble, which ones are water soluble. So some that I take I have to eat with fat, so like I'll break out the coconut and take those, and it gives me like a breakdown, and you can put in any condition you have and it will give you like recommendations of what you should be taking when blah blah blah. So I love it for that. I also will bounce ideas off of it sometimes and I end up getting a little bit frustrated because it goes on and on and on and it talks and I'm like, oh. But so I use it. I love it.
I do
I'm
too.
appreciative of it. Yeah, I don't overuse it, and I've never done videos, and I don't use it to write emails or things because I hate that when someone writes you an email. Do you know that
Then
when
you see
someone
the death.
responds to you and you can tell it's like Chat
Yeah.
GPT and you're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I no longer like you. Like,
I'll send it through there to check. I'm the king of texting and writing emails and leaving a word out, which it drives me nuts. Like my head goes and then I don't type that word and it pisses me off. I'm like, God dang it. I'll see it after I send it and I'll just do like a grammar check. But that I'm with you. I won't have it usually write emails, but I'll send my email through it to make sure that I don't leave a word out, which drives me nuts. I'm lazy. I don't proofread my stuff before I push send.
well, I think we're all guilty of that. But so yeah, Joseph, to answer that, I love AI. I think it's fantastic. I'm really enjoying the benefits of it, but I mean, I use it like minimally and for like life. I like it to like lay out what I need to do all day.
That a buddy of mine does the same thing.
Give me a
Says
calendar.
and he's like he goes, man, it does not only does it to my calendar so well. He's going to New York next week, and he goes, it did our whole itinerary to fit everything in. He goes, I couldn't figure it
Right.
out, and he had to figure everything out for me. That's that's awesome.
It's
All
true.
right, yeah, Nicole, what's your favorite game show?
Family Feud.
I'm with you. You and I are both the same.
I love that. I love it. I think that sometimes I watch it like with the Steve Harvey
Yeah,
version, and sometimes I get a little bit annoyed with the new version with like new slang and like I like the old ones. I like the old school Family Feud. The new one, Steve Harvey's funny as shit, by
yeah,
the way.
yeah.
Like I think he's so funny. So I love watching anything he does. But sometimes I feel like the questions and the answers on the new Family Feud are a
Yeah,
little bit like,
yeah, like dude, no one's how's that lining up? Yeah, no one's saying that. There's no chance to win when it's something crazy. Yeah,
yeah, and it makes me
I'm with
feel
you.
old. Like I'm that old person that's like those young people and that stupid slang.
How uncomfortable though is it watching old clips of Richard Dawson kissing these women on the mouth? That's crazy. Like when I watch it now, I go, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!" Little girls, grandmothers, moms that are attractive, and he's going in for that kiss on the mouth. It is
I know,
wild.
and I probably would have kissed him back too. Like
Yeah,
I would have let him. It was like, but he was such a good. Like it's so weird. This is so weird because he was such a good host. Like I love
yeah,
all the episodes with
yeah.
him. But you're right, total creeper. But
It
he
is
was
creepy.
allowed to be.
It
Yeah.
was
Oh
allowed to be. It was
my
the
god,
whole '70s thing. It was crazy.
it was
And then when you
crazy.
see him in the movie, I love that he was in the movie Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Remember, it came out like in 1988 or something,
Love that
and
movie.
he comes.
They just made a remake of it. Did you see
I
that?
saw that.
I
I
didn't
haven't
watch
seen the
it.
movie, but I saw they remade a remake. But I know he's not an actor, but he was great in the movie, and he's the biggest asshole in the movie. And I was like,
Yeah.
all right, now Family Feud feels all different.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know I did an episode of Family Feud
You did?
and I did really well until um there was the end and you know how they've selected me to be when they shoot
Oh
off like
yeah,
the
yeah.
rapid fire.
I love it.
And I don't remember if we won or not, but I will never ever live down this. Like I gave a lot of great answers. I was on a few game shows and I won and I did really well on all of them. I'm pretty smart on the move. I will never let myself live this one down.
Yeah.
But it said, name something you like to eat that's fresh. And do you know what I said?
Oh no.
Cheese.
Yeah, boy. So, so what did? It's funny you remember. All right, so I got to ask you: when you're doing the rapid fire like that, is it in your mind? I always that's my dream is to play the rapid fire.
It's so
I
fun.
always think there's more time than you think on the clock. One and two is your initial thoughts usually what you're going to blurt out, and don't go into the initial thought. Just don't blurt out the first thing that comes to your mind. I think I
Cheese.
would screw it
Yeah.
up. Oh my god! Did people goof on you?
Yeah.
Did they?
And well, yeah, I think I forget who was hosting it at the moment. It might have been our pervy friend. I'm not sure who was hosting it, and I think they said, and she said,
Oh no.
cheese. Because to me, I meant like to me, and I was young. I
Yeah.
thought like you open it
Yes.
up.
Yeah.
I mean,
I get
obviously
yeah,
cheese,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
but it's so
I've heard
stupid.
worse. I've heard worse.
Okay, good. But I've also heard other people say something about fresh and cheese. Anytime the words fresh and cheese, I get so triggered. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my God, this is how I lost Family Feud.
Oh my gosh. I remember there's a football player, Icky Woods. He played for he passed away. We played for Cincinnati. And the thing was named the scariest animal. And he said a monster. Was the answer. I was like, I'll never forget it. I was like, holy cow. Guy just said monster.
Monster.
And I just watched one the other day, Nicole. It was two brothers. They both got 0. They both said pass on every question except what's one thing you need to remember on your wedding day? And they both said anniversary. And then Steve Harvey's like, I don't know what you guys think that score is about to be, but both of you about to be YouTube famous. And I was like, dude, they are. They both got 0s. And
I
they both
love it.
answered the same stupid question the same way. It was crazy.
I need to watch that. I need
Oh
to
my
watch
god.
it. Steve
Oh my
Harvey, he's
gosh.
so funny. He's such a funny man. He's a funny man.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, fresh cheese.
Oh my gosh. All right. You got 2 more questions. Nicole, do you own a Roomba and would you consider purchasing one if you don't? Maybe selling you a Roomba.
Okay. This is really funny. Okay, so I owned one in the very beginning, like when
So
they
did I.
first came out, and I don't think it was a Roomba. Mine was a vacuum, and then you could switch it, and you would put in cleaning fluid
No way.
and this mopper thing, and then it mopped the floors.
Oh, I like
And
that.
I lived in this home that was like really large, flat 1-story.
Yeah.
So it was like 10,000 square feet of just
Nice.
hardwood floors.
Nice.
Yes, I had it. And it had this little cube that was like a mapping thing. So I appreciated it very much. And then when I moved, I don't know what happened to it, whatever. And then cut to recently, my daughter said, "Oh, my boss gave me a Roomba." And she was so excited about it. I was like, "Oh, does it mop too?" And she was like, "Mop? No, it just vacuums." And I was like, "Oh, remember ours? It used to vacuum and mop." And she's like, "Well, now I don't like this one.
That's
Now I
funny.
wanted the other one."
That is
But
funny.
then it was like right around Halloween, and people were dressing their Roombas up as ghosts, like
Oh,
they were putting a thing,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then the
yeah.
Roomba. So I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Yes, do all the work. Like I said, I'll clean after the cleaning lady. I'll come clean after the Roomba. Do something, help out. Yes, I'm all for it.
I like it. All right. Last question. Nicole, real or fictional? Who is your hero?
Who's my hero? Wonder Woman. I
Nice.
don't know. Like the Bionic Woman,
Yeah.
Wonder Woman. I don't really have a hero. I wish I did. Women I look up to and wish like, oh, could that be real? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's who it would have to be.
I imagine you've met, maybe I'm just guessing. I imagine you've met the girl that played Wonder Woman. I'm gonna imagine you
Linda
met
Carter?
Linda Carter. Sorry, I just drew a blank. And Linda Carter was my dad's favorite. It was
I
like
mean,
we
yeah,
watched it all the time.
no
And I was
kidding.
like, I know my dad doesn't give an S. He just could not get enough of Linda Carter. And then the Bionic Woman. I'm drawing a blank on her too.
Lindsay,
And I used to see her all the time at Laker games. She used to be at every Laker game because her best friend was married to the coach of the Lakers, Del Aris. She was Jamie Summers, right, on the show, was her
yeah.
character. It is Lindsay. God dang
Hold
it.
on.
Oh,
Who
you look
played?
it up. Thank God you're going to look it up. But have you met either one of them in person?
I don't think I have, which is so depressing. Lindsay Wagner.
Lindsay Wagner. That's right. I'd love to
Um,
have Linda Carter on the show. I think she'd be cool.
yeah. I mean, she's an icon. Like
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think I have never had like a face-to-face conversation with either of them. I would love to. Um, they were just the coolest. Like, who didn't spin around in their room
Yeah.
in a Wonder Woman, either like the underoos or like
Yeah.
I had an actual costume. Shh, don't
Wow.
tell
That's cool.
anybody. I had a cape. I had everything. And I would like spin around in my room and wish that my life was so different.
That's cool. That's cool. Oh my God, Joseph, appreciate the questions. That's awesome. Thank you so much for the question. I think Joseph's written in a couple questions for you a few times. At least we've read his questions on there.
Yes,
Again,
thank you.
perfectlytwistedpod.com. If you want to get your questions in, look for the mailbag at the top, and we'll get those questions on there.
Yes, and don't forget, if you have somebody or you're going through and there's a mastectomy situation happening, contact me. I will send you something lovely, and it can stay anonymous.
Perfect.
No problem. So thank you for joining. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscribe, give us all of those things.